Hi folks, welcome back. As you can see, we have a little problem with our little project here, and I'm a firm believer if there's a problem with it that you teach people how to fix it. You know, I was spraying it with that water and solution, and I woke up this morning and I had a check at the top and check here. Now these are larger than the actual check marks. What I did was I took my knife and I kind of widen it a little bit because I'm going to fix it with what I'm going to show you here. I'm going to teach you how to take care of it. So we're just going to take care of this little crack and this one right here. So I'm wedging it a little bit, and so we can get some mixture, and so that's what it looks like right now. Now hopefully we'll get it fixed. What I taught before in the past was the chipmunk had more, because I threw it in a plastic bag thinking if I kept it moist it would be so much easier to carve this block of wood that was a little bit on the hard side. And lo and behold, it got worse. There were 12 of them, 11 or 12 of these little checks all over the place. So what you want to do is you just want to widen it up with a knife, and then I went down to the bandsaw. I have plenty of sawdust, and took regular Elmer's glue like you see here, okay? And for some reason it doesn't want to come out of the original, so I'm going to clean up my knives anyway, but I'm going to use a little bit of this, and I'm going to mix a very small amount here, if I can do that. And I want it kind of really, I don't want it real thick, but, oops, let me see if I can get this in, banging things around here, hang on. I just want to get it going so there's enough of the, you just want to make a little paste, and I'm going to make this a little watery. I'm going to take my piece, just like so, and I'm going to press right in there. Okay, there's one. There's two, and we're going to clean this up a little later. I'm not going to worry about it until it dries. I'm going to go back to my mix. If you don't have enough, you go back and you mix some more. Now if this doesn't work, you go back and redo it again, folks, after it dries. So we're going to do the top here, and I'm going to come down around the side here, because this glue should dry clear. So I'm going to mix some more up because it's drying so quickly. Alright, we're going to put some over here. We're going to just mix some in with it. It's kind of the consistency you want. It's what you see right there. I know it seems a little watery. If it gets too pasty, you can't get it down in that groove. Alright, you're going to pick it up with your knife or a sharp object of some sort. Let me just take a little bit of this off, because it's quite a distance away from me, so it's hard for me to see it. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to kind of just shove it in there, just like you're puttying a hole. Alright, and we have that kind of done already. So we're going to take that down. Take a little bit more of the mix here from the corner. It's a little bit more pliable. See, it's getting hard already. You got to be kind of quick with this, folks, if you do this. And clean up your knives before you start painting or doing anything or carving with it again. Okay, let's see what happens. We're going to let that dry. We'll come back and show you what it looks like, and it should be fine. When you paint it, I doubt if you'll see it. Alright, I'm going to try to cut a little piece off a little bit later. I just wiped off my knife with a, I'm going to leave this glue and everything here, because if it needs to be redone, we'll go back to it and take care of it. Alright, we'll worry about the buckle a little bit later. And this is where your wood burning tool can come in real handy. I'm going to take off the excess here if I can. Try to make it as flat and to the carving as possible. Alright, there we go. See, you can kind of mold it a little bit to where it has to go. I'll probably do the buckle a little bit too, because that way we will have very little to cut. Alright, and we'll clean it up a little bit later. Alright, looks good. we're going to let that dry, and that will fix our little check. Now, that's the danger of using that water and solution. But I want to just explain one thing to you before we actually start on the tail and doing the feathering there. You want to remember, when you use a solution, use it lightly, and there's always a way of fixing things. So if you're a beginner and you see this, and don't be alarmed. It's disappointing, yes. I was disappointed to see that this morning, but you know, it's just part of learning how to fix it, and you know, letting it not bother you, okay? Because there's always a way of fixing it. I wasn't going to start all over again because of one little problem like that. And most carvers always have something that they need to either redo or take care of. The other thing that I'm finding true, and it's happened with the chipmunk as it is with this was a very old piece of wood that I was using. It was air dried, which is not a problem normally. But what happened was this is very much near the end part, the end piece of the plank. If you go maybe 6 inches to 8 inches into a plank, it's usually, you don't have this problem. A lot of times you have this towards the end of your block of wood, and there's no way to determine whether it's gonna, and it can happen even in the middle if you oversaturate it, but it's just something to bear in mind. See, now it looks pretty good. Those holes are gone, and when you paint over it, now I'm just starting to rub some of that off with my finger here, and that seems to be coming off okay. But we're going to let that dry, and we're going to clean everything up and take care of that. And I'm going to trim this off in the front here because we want this to be a little bit more cleaned up here as well. And then when we come back for another tape session, we will go ahead and start doing the feather. I'm going to start drawing it out in the front and show you the layout. Okay, we'll be back. That's how you repair it, folks. It's very simple. You know, most of us have a bandsaw that has the sawdust probably the same color of the wood. So just go down there and pick some up, and regular Elmer's School glue works well for me. Okay, take care.